Hi, Gene Burnett from GeneBurnett.com, out here on a chilly day. Thought we'd talk a little bit today about some of the hand motions in Tai Chi. One of the hand motions is rub your hands together to make them warmer. You know what though? If you rub your hands together slowly like this, a little bit slower, and feel the surface of your skin against the other, it actually warms your hands up better than doing this. This just gives you a little momentary burst of heat and then it's gone and then your hands are chilly again. So for some reason, I don't know why, someone showed me this once, nice and slow. So one thing to think about when you're doing hand positions in Tai Chi is what is the surface of impact, whether offense or defense, of that hand position. We've got a number of different hand positions. There's of course the fist, so you're driving it, home here like that. So that, you don't want your thumb inside your hand, obviously, or like sticking up like that. That's generally pretty good. Some styles and teachers like to emphasize different ways of doing the fist, like you back that knuckle up with your thumb, drive it that way, or do it this way. I don't really practice much of that unless you drill the hell out of those. Just practice them over and over and over again. They're hard to use on a moment's notice to suddenly remember, oh, I got to tuck my thumb in here to do that. So I don't usually do the fancy fist. I just do regular fist. We also have the hook, which is mostly used defensively. In Chen style, they hook kind of like this, and Yang style, they hook like this. To me, it doesn't really matter so much. You're using that to hook things out of the way. So you're like a punch or an arm, you're hooking something out of the way before you strike. This can also be used as a strike this way. It's like a little bundle of pencils, particularly somebody's right behind you, and you want to strike with this. There's various palm strikes, open hand striking like that, or like in the snake creeps down, if we go back a little bit, like if I'm doing this kind of move, striking for the groin, I don't want my thumb out. I want the thumb in a little bit, and I'm striking with this triangle right here, like that. So you might be striking like that, you might be striking with the palm like that, you might be striking with a back fist, you might be striking with the hammer side of the fist that way, or this way, or the index finger edge, you might be doing a temple strike like that, or using this as a throw, but your hand is in that open position. If you think of just kind of gently extending your energy slightly through the surface of impact, you'll have a better experience and it'll be more effective than if you just sort of put the hand out there. Like if I'm chopping with that hand, I want to feel sort of extend my energy out to that striking surface. If I'm hooking, I want to feel this part, like I'm actually hooking something there. If I'm striking with the fist, I want to extend through the part of my hand that's going to be doing the strike. So that's really important. When you do the movements like parting horse's mane or like single whip, doing this kind of motion, you want to keep your hand open, like kind of an open, slightly rounded position. And you don't want to do this. A lot of people do this kind of thing where the fingers are curled in a little bit, so they end up kind of leading with their index finger like this. I used to do this like crazy. And the way I solve this is that I want to think of my hand as sort of like a paintbrush with these middle hairs of the brush missing, so that you're actually just thinking of these two fingers, like the rock and roll thing. But if you think of these two fingers here as kind of leading the way, and let the middle fingers kind of just go along for the ride. So I'm focused on the frame of my little picture here, not on the middle. If I focus on the index finger edge too much, I end up with this kind of feeling of like leading with my index finger. But if I focus on these two, then the index fingers, or the middle fingers will just kind of go along for the ride. So my hand can go up and down, sideways, strike that way, this way, down, up there. And my hand doesn't get all curled up and asymmetrical. So I can focus on these two and let these two take care of themselves. And it's amazingly effective when you're doing the opening to the form. Like maybe I'm doing a movement like that, but what I'm thinking of is this. I'm thinking of these two fingers. If I'm doing the parting horse's mane, I'm thinking of these two fingers. If I'm doing single whip, I'm thinking of these two, and if I think of those two and let the other two just be there, it ends up being a nice curved, rounded palm effortlessly. I don't even have to think about it. Whereas I used to always think about it. I'm doing it and I notice, oh, my index finger is leading and I have to push these fingers into alignment with my index finger. But if you think of the pinky and the index finger aligned, how many times can I say this, we're wondering, and let these follow, then it'll be even better. So just a few tips about some of the hand positions. Think in terms of what surface. If I'm doing a rollback, maybe this surface of my hand is doing that movement. If I'm doing a stork cools wings, I'm thinking of this surface here rolling underneath the strike that way. If I'm doing a punch, I'm thinking about this part of my palm. If I'm doing a palm strike, I'm thinking about this knife edge. If I'm doing a parting horse's mane or one of these temple strikes, I'm thinking of this surface. Notice that surface area that you're focused on, and put your energy, extend your energy through to that point, so it doesn't end up being just kind of, it can get kind of limp and zombie-like. If I'm doing a push, I'm thinking of that palm, like, I'm pushing through that like that. So extend your energy to the surface of impact or the surface of defensive use, and the hands will be better and feel like more of an extension of yourself than a thing at the end of your arm. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of thing. I do lots of music videos, nature videos, Tai Chi videos, and visit my website too, GeneBurnett.com. Thanks for watching.